and together falling in love was made for this weather. The sky is blue for just us two. Gee, how I love you. It's a beautiful day, yeah. What a beautiful day, yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Nothing I'd rather do.
Welcome to Meet the Biz. I love this. This is the first in-person event in, 3 years?
4 years.
Right. Oh my God, because we were all, in front of our little Zooms. We have, to have this amazing, beautiful, stunning woman here today is a send-off. She makes my heart continue to beat. She is a incredible singer, an actress. She is a humanitarian. She is a person of heart. She is the one, the only, ROSLYN Kine. Whenever you say that, I think of, right after you, here. Whenever you say it's a beautiful day, I start in my head saying, it's a beautiful day, yeah. Which is Roz's song. And I'll call her Roz or Rosie. Mm-hmm. And she's ROSLYN Kine, but two friends.
Rosie. So please feel free to call me Rosie.
Oh, I love that. So, I have known you as a friend for, I think, 8 years now.
Has it been 8 years?
It's been 8 years. That's my favorite number, infinity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is. It's a good number.
Yeah, good number.
For always and ever.
Always and ever. And then I have known of you for years beyond that. I remember seeing you sing at the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco.
Wow.
Yes.
That was like 96, 90.
I think it was.
It was the same year I did The Nanny, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. When was the, I mean, to see you up there too, to sing you, and to see you now and connect with you on such a higher spiritual loving level. When was your first singing engagement?
You're more nervous.
I am. I have to say, listen, I am more nervous. She could tell this. The first time I met you too, I was going, oh my God, she's getting into the car.
I'm just a regular person.
See, she's just a regular person.
Getting into a car.
Okay, here we go. Take a breath. So,
yes.
When did you first know you wanted to sing?
I've been singing ever since I was a toddler. I mean, I didn't know that was what I was going to do as a profession.
Right.
But singing was something in my house. It was filled with music. I had a mother that sang with a gorgeous voice, a soprano. I had a sister that sang. And I followed suit. And when I was a little toddler, and in my days being a toddler, the children's shows were quite different than they are today. And one of them was the story of Davy Crockett. You know that story? You ever see the Davy Crockett on Disney? And it was like, Davy Crockett, king of the wild front. I would stand in front of the television and sing along with the theme song when I was a toddler. And then, let's see, that was probably my first.
That was your first one?
And then just as a kid, I would just sing around the house.
Right.
And my sister taught me how to harmonize, which I am terrible at. Still,
I don't know about
I
that.
think so. It's I have to have the main line. I have to have the melody line.
We're our own worst critics, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I know. I accept that. But
yeah. Well, no. I mean, your voice, and throughout the years, when did you actually? I mean, as I recall from our many discussions, you on your high school graduation, right after you went into the recording session.
I started my RCA record deal. I was singing and doing demonstration records for my sister's publishing firm. For those of you who might not know what a demonstration record is, it was when a publishing company brings on a new piece of music from a writer. They have somebody record it in the studio so that they can send it to other performers to see if they want to record it on their albums. So that's what I was doing when I was a junior in high school. So I was like breaking in my singing chops, other than doing things from school and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And during that year, I auditioned, and I was signed to RCA.
So you auditioned for RCA?
One of the many.
Yeah.
And I was signed to the label by Harry Jenkins, who's the same gentleman who signed Elvis Presley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
a little piece of trivia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then on my graduation day from high school,
Yeah.
I marched down the aisle to Pomp and Circumstance at Julia Richmond High School. And then at 12 noon, I was at RCA Studio B starting my new album.
I just
my first
pictured you
album.
getting your diploma, marching off the stage, throwing off your hat, and walking right into RCA. I love that.
Well, you had to take a taxi because they were out on 24th Street. You know, it was like at that time.
I love that. Now, what do you remember the first song that you recorded?
I think it was The Shape of Things to Come. I think that was the first song of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. And what a shape of things to come it has been.
Yeah, you just never know from day to day. It's all of life is a learning experience,
Right.
and you learn with each journey that you take, all the paths that you try out. That it's a learning experience every single day of your life, and you just might get surprised with unexpected things that happen to you along the way.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So then from there, it snowballed. I mean, what was your first television show? Was that Ed?
It's Ed Sullivan.
The Ed Sullivan
Sullivan
Show. Ed Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan Show.
Yes.
Ed Sullivan Show.
Ed Sullivan. I'm still nervous. No. I've known her for 8 years. She makes me
And when I have anxiety, he says pink, because that's my color to calm down.
and I say blue, and so
I just
blue.
go for her. Pink.
When we get anxiety, okay, blue. Okay, so when you get, so Ed Sullivan was your first television show.
Yeah, national television. I was being vied for over with Hollywood Palace and Ed Sullivan. We met with Ed Sullivan at his hotel where he lived on Park Avenue. And my agent at the time went after Hollywood Palace. And Hollywood Palace, they both wanted my debut.
Right.
So there was an arbitration. Here I was I'm a kid out of high school. I'm like 17, 18 years old. And I'm like, they were like arguing over me. I couldn't, it was like very
love it.
strange. But Ed Sullivan won out. And so I didn't do Hollywood Palace because they wanted the debut. And if they didn't get the debut, that was it. You see, there's politics in everything. Everything. You can't escape it.
Yeah. Now, what was that? I remember you said one time you were going to a show and there was a snowstorm.
That was the Ed Sullivan Show.
That was
Yeah,
that
it
was
a
that first
blizzard.
one.
It was the first one. There was a blizzard.
Yeah.
And it was thank goodness we lived in Manhattan on 57th between 8th and 9th, because I had to walk to the Ed Sullivan Theater.
How many blocks?
With my umbrella going in and out.
Oh, no.
He was on 52nd and Broadway. So I had to walk to the theater in the blizzard.
Oh my God.
People were stuck in the subways. People were stuck at home, but that was good because I had a captive audience that night.
Well, it sure got you that emotion getting there.
Oh my
It's like,
God. Nerve-wracking.
but you made it.
I made it. I made it to the theater, and there were some wonderful people. Barbara Eden was on that night. Joan Rivers was on that night. Sam and Dave. I mean, here I was making my debut. I was nervous. I didn't know where to look in the camera. I said to the guy, "Where do I look? Do I look at the red light or do I look in the lens?" And I had these horrible feelings that I was going cross-eyed.
Oh.
All that going through your head.
Right. Oh my gosh. So and it wasn't just that one time. You were on it several times.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times.
3 times. And this is another piece of trivia, that I did my first Ed Sullivan show on February 9th, 1969. And it was the same day that the Beatles did their first Ed Sullivan show in 1964.
Oh my gosh.
So it was the same day of the year.
I remember that, and you sang a Beatles song.
Did I?
I think you did. What?
On Ed
The
Sullivan?
Fool on the Hill.
Oh, I sing that now too. No, it's on my first album.
You might see me on that hill sometimes.
We'll go climb together. Maybe it's Bell Rock.
Bell
would
Rock.
be a good climb.
Oh, Sedona.
Sedona.
Bell Rock. Talk about Zen. We go to sound baths together, and it's healing.
It's very healing. It's a form of meditation with sound. And your body reacts to the sound of the singing bowls and the chimes, and it's quite amazing.
It goes through you. It like goes through your body. It's healing. It's amazing. And I think that's why I love being around you, because you're so healing.
Thank you.
Well, how did you get that way? How did you? Were you always that way?
Not as a little kid. I mean, I went through my life, and I came to a fork where my career was going up and down and side to side, because nothing is just, well, for some people it's straight up, I guess, but for others we have little nooks and crannies we have to get into and get out of.
Yeah.
And I was going through a marriage that was coming to an end, and I was starting to ask, I mean, dear God, what is the message you're sending me? Should I stay in this business? Should I leave this business? Where do I belong? Why am I here?
Yeah.
And a friend of mine told me about a woman who did past life regressions. So I made an appointment with her, and I went through a past life regression. I did not see the birth canal. Unlike people tell you about all the little stops along the way on their past life, I went to one lifetime and one lifetime only. It was in Lemuria. I was a man in a turban with pantaloons and sandals and living in a stone hut.
Wow.
And I was in a duel with another man over a woman that we both loved. And unfortunately, she got too near the swords and she got killed.
Wow.
So supposedly, all through all my future lifetimes, I have been searching for this love, to find this love. But in my word associations with the regression, it wasn't just one love, because the words that happened were world, peace, harmony, universality, love, healing. And so that was the day that I realized what my path needed to be.
Well, you know what's so interesting, hearing this now and taking it in at this moment, I see why artists, like all of us here, are so important. Because we are the healers. We are the light workers.
Yes, music is very healing.
Oh.
Artists, I mean, especially when you come from your heart.
Yeah.
It's and it transcends. Music transcends language. It transcends everything, and it just brings a togetherness.
Yeah.
Because you have that in common. We have so many things in common. Really, we all have the same blood, same blood color. We come from the same universal energy, and if people just came from that light in their hearts, from which they were created, we'd have such a much better world. So hopefully we as artists can help get that message across. All the angels of light and love come out.
Well, you said universality, and it made me think of, how many languages do you know?
But you know what? I don't know anything from beginning to end, but
Right.
I did study Spanish in 9th grade. I got 100 in that, and I had to change languages in 10th grade because I went to another school, and all they had was Latin and French. So I took French for 5 years, and then in my last year of high school, I took a year of Italian because I loved language rather than a science.
Right.
I took it, and if you're musical, you can pick up language rather easily.
Right.
And of course, I know a little Hebrew, but
And a little Yiddish.
yeah, a little bit of Yiddish, a word here, there. But basically, because in schools we had regents exams in New York, and you had to be, scrutinized in these areas. We never had enough conversation.
Yeah.
So I'll pull out words here and there, and I studied German also at Berlitz because I thought I was going to go to Germany to do a show, and I did sing a song in German, the Make Your Own Kind of Music in German, which was Die Bäume sie rauschen, die Vögel sie zwitschern ganz leis. Ich kann's noch nicht glauben, bis du kamst, war ich nicht ich war allein. Sing noch, magst du, sing noch mal dieses Lied, das uns beide vereint. Sing die Glücksmelodie, glaub, es wird schon unser Leben zu zweit.
Oh my God.
So it's like,
The universal voice. The universal voice. And then you performed on a French TV.
yes, I did. I actually guested on a Charles Aznavour special,
Yes.
Fourmi Formidable, which was taped in Cannes. That was my first time out of the United States. And I did 3 songs. I couldn't sing with him because Dusty Springfield was also on it. And she got to sing with him first, and she towered over him so that they didn't want to do another one. Because even though I'm not as big as Dusty, I still towered over Charles. So we didn't get to sing together, but I did like 3 songs throughout the special. And then I went back to Paris for the French television because the French government controlled the TV there.
Right.
And I did a show called La Grande Affiche, which means the big billboard. And that I was like featured between every act, different acts from around the world.
Can you say that again, La Grande Affiche?
La Grande Affiche.
Oh, doesn't that make you mad? I love how it's like, how it flows out of you. It's like, oh. Yeah.
I love language.
Yeah.
I would say, as a matter of fact, I'm working on a new original song. But then after that, my co-producer Malik, Hannah, and I are doing that one, and then we're working with Paulina and Pablo Aguirre to hopefully put together a medley also for the 2 of us to do. And I said to Malik, I said, they're Latin Grammy winners. Maybe we should do something in Spanish.
Oh,
So
yes.
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, that's going to be
Another-
wonderful.
another
Well,
possible thing.
your new, I mean, I've heard 3 of the songs already, or two of them are medleys, and the album's going to be amazing. Yet it's coming out, you could hear, and Save the Country,
Save the country. That.
which
We
we're
need it.
trying to do right now.
Oh my God.
No, get rid of the try.
No, sure.
Remember
We
what I say?
must.
Get rid of the word
It
try, just
must.
save the country.
Save the country. And we must save the country. We must save our democracy, our civil rights, our women's rights, and opportunity for one and all without discrimination.
Yeah.
This is a must, and it's all of our responsibility.
And that's part of your love fest, so to say, on this album you're working on and putting out there. Because even though it says save the country, some people go, huh?
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it comes from the heart. It's about
Yes.
love. It's about bringing love
Yes,
to everyone.
To everyone, because if the world ran on thinking from the heart and realizing that we all want the same things out of life and everybody deserves that chance.
Yeah.
Everybody should uplift their neighbor and not be afraid. I don't like hate and fear-mongering because that's looking to separate and cause more violence and everything else in this world that I really detest. We could live in love and harmony and accepting each other, loving each other for our differences, for our similarities, learning to understand and grow together. We could have heaven on earth.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. Why wait till you pass away? It should be here now.
Well, I have to say, it's people like you, it's people like all of us here. This is heaven on earth for me. To be around good people, loving, positive, growing the world, the
Yes.
growth. What is it? What the song that's coming out you have about the growing? The Isley Brothers,
Huh? Oh, the Isley Brothers, yes, A Harvest for the World.
Harvest for the World. That's another one.
That's
One
another
that's
one
coming
that's
out.
in the can that I have to do a video for.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I was so joyous doing this video because everybody on set, everybody we worked with, came from their hearts, came from their light. There was love and hugging and everybody's love for the process that we were going through and for the final result to be beautiful. And look what it came. That's the only way I can work is with love and light surrounding me. I don't want surus. Know what surus is? Problems.
That's your Yiddish word for the day.
Surus.
Surus.
It's really about coming together in love and light and creating and doing well and building a better world together.
Yeah.
Together.
It is together. I want to go to what you mentioned earlier. One of your television appearances, one of the big ones, The Nanny.
Uh-huh.
How was being on The
It
Nanny?
was fun. It was a lot of fun. They were great. Fran, Peter, I mean, they were great. And I played myself. I didn't even have to act.
Yeah.
You know, it was just me, myself, and I got to debut the one song that I wrote.
Light of Love.
They call me a songwriter. I don't consider myself a songwriter because I've only worked on one song. So, but everybody, gives me that tag. But it was called Light of Love, and one of the lyricists on it. And I debuted that on The Nanny.
Mm.
And then that was the first song I was going to record, but pushed back for Save the Country because we needed it.
Right.
And I came into my record producer, Stefan Oberhoff, and I said, this has got to wait. We've got to do Save the Country. I just have this feeling.
Yeah. Well, and it was so beautiful. You should check out those videos too of all of them on YouTube and on Spotify. And
You can hear the music across the digital platform, all digital networks, platforms.
Yeah.
All of my recordings that are out there, and they all have videos on YouTube, so you can check those out too, if you'd like.
Sometimes I actually, in the morning, like today, it was Beautiful Day. That was the song that I was humming, because it really is a beautiful, any day around you is a
Oh
beautiful
my
day.
God!
I'm not, I know I sound like but it's true. And then sometimes I just say, when you get a little down or something in life or something, you're too stressed about something or you have to take it, I turn on the Light of Love. And it's like, oh, okay. It's like a meditation
And
for me.
sometimes you call me.
Sometimes I call her and she says, oh, it's him.
No. And you've been there for me too.
Yeah.
Because you have to have, for people you love and care about, if they have a problem, it's like you don't always have to advise, but to be a shoulder. Be an open, be a friend.
Be a friend.
There, have a
You
heart.
got a friend. Oh my God, I just did a duet. But what's so wonderful too is like my mom's birthday. She calls up and sings happy birthday to my mom. Yeah. I wish I would have met your mom.
Yeah, I wish you would have too.
Yeah.
I said, Leah is so much like my mother. Oh, and she just blurts out what she feels.
I love it.
Hysterical.
And she's.
I love her.
Oh, and
Yeah,
she loves you.
Sometimes when you're away, I'll call her too.
Yes.
When you're,
Mom says, guess who called me? I love it. You mentioned your family, your mom. You said my sister. Who's your sister?
She's this person that just got the biggest SAG Lifetime Achievement Award for her whole life work, which is so monumental. And she's an icon. She's a legend of all time.
Yeah.
And people always ask me, what does it feel like? I said, it's my sister. It's Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You all have, what good genes you have in your family.
he doesn't mean Jeans. Genes.
I wanted to try on her genes, but yeah, and then Jason's that voice.
Jason's singing now too. Yes, my nephew.
Oh,
Beautiful voice. If you can, find him also on the internet. Jason Gould.
oh, it's just amazing.
He's writing as well too. A beautiful voice.
Yeah, and you all performed together.
Yes. In 2013, 12 and 13, we were in the United States and Canada in 2012, and in 2013 we did Europe and Israel, and it was phenomenal.
How was that? Yeah, going around the
It
world.
was so great, and working in these venues of 20,000 seats. I mean, it was like unbelievable. You walk out and you're waving at the people up. They're yelling out, "ROSLYN, ROSLYN!" It was so much fun. But traveling with your family, because being on the road as an entertainer can be very, very lonely. And so to have the chance to be with your family and travel with your family and be on stage with them and go to eat after or go to a theater piece or a movie or antique shopping or whatever, it made it so much fun. It was such a blessing to have spent that time on the road
with the
each
family.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a nice vacation.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because yeah,
Yeah.
it was, and we got to see places and.
I want to travel. Greece and Italy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Greece. I haven't been to Greece yet. I'd
Yeah.
like to go to Prague. Also, they say is beautiful. I would love to do the river cruise on the Rhine.
You
Whatever,
thought you
to
said the river cruise. I
because
thought of the
because
jungle cruise at
It's
Disneyland.
calm water. It's calm water on the river.
Oh, right.
You know,
Yeah, I like those
they say
two.
they're beautiful.
Well,
You know,
we gotta go. We gotta go. I want to look at just be sure that. Oh no, is it growing up? Oh, what is your biggest dream?
my biggest dream.
Yes.
Okay, my biggest dream is it also concerns how I feel about the world and unity and everything is that one day I'm either in a big venue or on a hillside. You're going to think I'm not Jesus. I know that.
I was
But-
thinking Sound of Music.
Oh, that's a good hill. You
Yeah.
know, maybe the top of Bell Rock. I don't know, but that because there people come around and climb and do. They all do vocal harmonies, they resonate with the earth. I climbed Bell Rock during the harmonic convergence in 1987
Oh,
for what's when all the planets are in alignment and the vibration, the spiritual vibration around that mountain with everybody resonating was unbelievable.
yeah.
And that added to my path too.
I've been to.
That added to my path.
Oh, the going there.
Yeah, yeah, and I find I go to Sedona to center myself. To the
Well, you
stupa.
sang in Sedona too.
I
didn't you?
did. I sang at the film festival.
At the film festival.
Yeah, in 2007 was it 17 or 16? I can't. 17 or 16.
Yeah.
And no, it's great. But the dream comes from when I was working in Las Vegas,
Yeah, right.
and it was my first appearance there at the Hilton. And Elvis Presley was starring there, and he had the middle, the middle. What was it? I'm losing my-
marquee?
The marquee. Thank you.
It's okay.
Sometimes you have too much on the brain. The marquee, it said Elvis Presley, and on the side it said and presenting a new star to Las Vegas, ROSLYN.
Oh, do you have a picture of that?
No, I wish I did.
Oh, somebody's got to find a picture of that.
I wish I did, but the bottom line is his musicians also did my show.
Oh, wow.
So I would ask them, what is it that you love about working with Elvis? Because they toured with him constantly whenever he was out. The same guys, they just had a blast.
Yeah.
And they said that because every time they go out with him, it is a happening. A happening.
Mm.
And so I took that lead, and I thought to myself when I'm on my road here with my healing and everything that wouldn't it be great to be around on a mountaintop or something somewhere, and you're singing,
Yeah.
and then people suddenly start coming around and filling up the spaces, not because of my singing, but because of the message in the song.
Mm.
Because I always ask the man above to use me as a vessel to spread his message of love and light in whatever way I can, one-on-one, one with the masses or whatever.
Yeah.
So my dream is that one day the people will want to hear that message from all over, and they will resonate to it,
Yeah.
to the message.
Well,
You know?
your message is love from the heart.
Yeah.
Love, light. Oh, whenever I hear light and love and light and love.
Love and light.
Yes. Love and light, I think of you because that's how you sign.
Yeah, I do.
And not just sign it, she lives it. More people need to be like that, That's what today is going to be too. In about 20 minutes or so, we have some singers going to be singing today, and we have so we'll learn more about coming from the heart.
Yes.
So, yes. Oh, we talked about The Nanny, and you were one of the longest running shows on TV has been Saturday Night Live, and you were a musical guest.
I was. In 1977, I did Saturday Night Live with my then brother-in-law, Elliot Gould, who was hosting. And I love this because I'm so family-oriented that he introduced me as, and now, ladies and gentlemen, my son Jason's Aunt Rosie.
Yo.
And I love that. my kishkas eat that up.
That's
mean,
your second
because-
Yiddish word, kishkas.
It's otherwise known as stuffed derma, which is the stuffed intestines with delicious like crumbs and spices and everything. It's like, anyway, we don't eat it anymore because it's not good for you. But in its day,
much
everybody would say,
schmaltz.
too much schmaltz.
That's another word.
Chicken fat.
Right.
That's what schmaltz is.
See,
chicken
you didn't
fat.
know you'd get a Yiddish class too, huh? But yeah,
Yeah, so
was-
that was lovely too. That was great.
well, he's such a he's a true person.
Yeah, he's very supportive and he's a beautiful human being.
Yeah.
He has a good heart.
So, what keeps you going?
What keeps me going? Love and light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love and light. I want to fill the world with as much happiness and security. Even though I'm just a piece of sand on a beach, all of us, we're like specks in the scheme of things. Whatever, when we come together, we become more and more and more. And so I just hope that transcends and it grows and grows till all of us are living in a perfect world, almost perfect world.
Yeah.
It would be lovely.
Relating to the sands of the beach, more and more, especially after I just had my birthday. I'm 60 now. Thank you very much.
He's a baby. He's a baby.
I'm a fetus. I think that's in my top 5 favorite words, fetus. I like plethora too.
Oh.
But my number 1 is love.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. But the sands, how we're all, you get to that certain age and you go, oh yeah, I'm 60 already? It's like time is going like that, and you think of all the people and all, and I was just thinking when you were saying that and looking into that gorgeous face of yours, I know I'm felling again, is that I am so glad that I am here on Earth in this universe during this time to have a connection with you.
And you too, David.
Oh.
A beautiful heart. A beautiful, loving heart. You all know that. You all know that.
I'm getting it verklempt.
Verklempt, verschimmelt and verstunken.
Is that a
Are
song?
you?
Oh, I was going, oh my God, you should record that one. What you've done so many performances all around the world. Is there one performance that you could say, oh, I remember this one? I mean, there's so many. It's like have your baby, right? It's like so many. But is there one that sticks out to you that you go, oh, yeah?
Maybe my beginnings.
Yeah.
At the Persian, when I opened at the Persian Room, that was my first big, well, no, I was touring with my act, which was written by Richard Maltby and David Shire. And we were touring the country, breaking it in
Yeah.
to bring to the Persian Room, this Persian Room of the Plaza Hotel, which is an elitist club, and I was one of the youngest people to play it. I was 18
Right.
when I played it. But I brought in younger music because trying not to copy my sister and get it, from the American Songbook, I went to the music of my era.
Right.
So I think the only ballad I sang was When I Fall in Love, which was fit for my age. And then in a Sundays medley, I hopped on the piano, and as one critic described it, a la Libby Holman, I sat on there and did Sunday Kind of Love.
Oh.
But those were the only ballads. I was singing Beatles songs and Hair and Promises, Promises,
Yeah.
and little uptunes. I dig rock and roll music, and so I brought like this young energy into this kind of room. They didn't know quite what to make of me. I brought some,
I love that.
which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And that's probably what kind of stands out at that time.
Right. I want to check the time just because I want to be sure everybody gets. Yes, we have about, I think, 5 more minutes, which something like that, before we take a little break, and then we'll come back with the singing. Oh gosh, I'm just reading some of my notes. I mean, it only takes a moment. Kiss her now. Oh, the first time I heard that was laying on your
Laying on my floor.
on your floor, and she gave me the earphones, and I listened to it, and I just started. The tears just came out of my eyes, and it was. You have such. I showed too much emotion. I was getting there again. You had such notes that just reach into your soul, so to say, and it like affected me so much. It's such a beautiful medley, as this beautiful one we saw before, the Look of Love.
Look at you crying.
I do. Well, I truly love this woman. She. You know, sometimes you. Not that I'm a positive person, all that, but sometimes, you know, as your family moves on, and you feel like, oh, my blood family's all going, you search for your family, and you're a blessing in my life.
Oh, honey, so are you in mine.
So thank you. Anyway, sorry for getting a little, you know. Sorry for being, you know, anyway, no, I shouldn't apologize. Thank you for letting me. We're going to have time to ask questions, especially for the during the singing, because there's so many, the way Roz comes from, and we're going to have the incredible Todd Schroeder here, who, oh, talk about magic fingers. Oh my God, on those keys. I have to say, I've seen Todd play, and every time I'm like, you know, because he's such a giver, and he just gives of himself, and he's playing these keys, and he's just following and going with the flow of the person. It's like, ah. So to see the two of you together.
He is. I know he's an angel. I know he is, and he's so loving, and I knew you the first time we worked. You come from light, and that's so important to me.
Thank you.
It's really beautiful, beautiful, and so does your talent come from above.
For sure.
Yeah. It's the Light Workers.
Yes.
Maybe that's the name of a show sometime, the Light Workers. I'm going to do one more question. Let me just be sure. I want to be sure I have everything. There's always something afterwards. Oh, I didn't ask this. Broadway. I mean, you've been on Broadway. You've been in TV. You've been on film. What was that performance you did in Canada?
I played Ellie Greenwich in Leader of the Pack in Calgary, Canada, at Stage West.
Yeah.
Dinner theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were extended to 4 months we played.
Yeah.
It was fun. I had a great time. It was a 1950s, 60s type musical.
Right.
A review, actually, more so than a
Right.
written play.
Right.
Kind of. Somewhere between. But I had a lot of fun doing Ellie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was great.
So if I was going to say, so ROSLYN Kind, if you were going to ask ROSLYN Kind a question, or Rosie a question, what would that question be? And how would Rosie answer?
Oh, wow. What would that question be? Oh, God, you know, what would that be?
That's interesting.
I've never really thought about something like that. If I was going to ask, like, in other words, what would I like somebody to ask me?
Yeah.
And I have never been able to come up with that.
Right.
Because, I mean, I know who and what I am, where I'm going, but maybe I just have answered whatever I think, and that's where it's at, and I
Yeah.
don't think of any other grandiose things. I don't know.
Well, you're in the moment.
I'm in the moment, and I haven't planned anything.
Yeah.
What would that be?
I don't
What
know.
is that question? What's for dinner?
What? I like that. Gefilte fish.
No,
No, not
a little
gefilte.
chopped liver, maybe.
A little
no,
chopped
I love
liver.
chopped liver on rye bread. No, I'm sounding like somebody else now, and I don't mean to.
Okay.
No, because there are more important things than food.
Right. Right.
But
All right.
unless
Well,
you're hungry, God.
oh, are you getting hungry?
No, I said unless you're hungry.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're-
Well, I just want to thank you. I mean, the question I usually ask, because I studied with Corey Allen, and this might have been similar to one of the other questions, but it's different. And he would always, at the end of the class, actually at the beginning of the class, you'd walk in and he'd say, so what do you want the most at this moment in your life? And that's what I'd like to throw out to you.
This moment.
This moment.
To love and be loved. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
And to create more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ROSLYN Kind, everyone. Rosie! So what we're gonna do now, and I still have other questions, but I'm gonna, everybody gets like a 10, 15-minute break, pee break, whatever you need to do. You know, if you need to take a sip of something. And we're gonna come back at, let me be sure what time it is here. We'll come back at 11, it's 11:15. Why don't we come back at 11:25? And then we'll start, and we'll bring up Todd Schroeder, and we'll bring up ROSLYN Kind, and we'll have a wonderful singing class. And thank you. It was fun.
We're going to do one more, and this is using consonants and vowels.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll start with may, me, ma, mo, moo. Now with a B. Baby, ba, bo, moo. So welcome to
Devon Morgan!
You never thought you'd be much good for anyone.
Good. Okay, so I'm gonna follow you on this. So I think what we want to do, just to give you an outline of what we're hoping for, is we'll have you sing it all the way through, and then we're going to give you maybe some suggestions or highlights, things that we think are amazing, things that we think you can work on. And Rosie's obviously the performance queen, so she's going to give you suggestions that I might give you some technical things, but you know, it's all about love.
It's all about love coming from your heart. You believe the words that you're singing.
Born on the wrong side of the ocean, with all the time, with all the time it's against you. Baby, every single part is who you're meant to be. Everything I need, you're everything to me.
You did a great job. Yeah, so way to go.
I really, I would just love to see like a little differentiation as the song goes on to emphasize you are everything I need. I would love you to see that person you're singing to. I mean, how much do you love this person, right? You are everything I need. But as you build into the lyric, I would love to see the meaning grow. I would really want to see, you know what I'm saying, to put color into the song and to let it grow to the end.
So I have a twin brother who I was thinking about when I was thinking. Like me and him, we used to do a lot of things together, and ever since he moved to be with this lady,
Felt like you lost him.
it's like,
You didn't have the importance that you once had before he had somebody else in his life. So I want to see that in your song, sweetheart.
Give it a try.
Born on the wrong side of the ocean, with all the tides against you. You're everything to me, baby. every single part is who you're meant to be. 'Cause you were meant for me.
I just pictured him like way across somewhere, and then I was connecting with him on a deeper level. I just love him dearly.
And that shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
It's what Roz was saying earlier about showing your heart, not being afraid to show your heart, and being clear on what you're singing about.
Why is it that as we grow older and stronger, the road signs point us adrift, make us afraid, saying you never can win? Watch your back, where's your husband? I don't like the signs that the sign makers make.
Just this one again, and let's take it just a little slower because I feel that.
Tell the story.
Yes.
Take your time.
Yes.
Get the feeling. I want to see that you're. Don't be
I'm
nervous.
here with you and you make.
Don't be
And I
nervous.
get to call you Rosie?
Why is it that as we grow older and stronger, the road signs point us adrift, make us afraid, saying you never can win? Watch your back, where's your husband? I don't like the signs that the sign makers make. And in anger she could pound every word.
Your instincts are good. You just have to really dig in. See, when you were growing in the end, and you went, anger. Anger, she felt.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to show that in the story.
Now you can.
Come on, buddy. When the night has come and the land is dark.
Because this is such a familiar song, I'd be interested to see what you did if you started it out slow,
Slow.
and then
Different.
we get faster with it. But you know, if sort of like when the night
Has come and the land is dark.
right, and so you really set the scene out of time.
It has color.
Yeah, so
There's
that
someplace to go. Stand by me. You're like just throwing it away. I want to hear your emotion. Stand by.
Stand by
I want to
me.
hear the changes every time you say stand by me. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be the same.
and really kind of when the night, like really kind of think about
When
the
has
nighttime.
come.
When the night
Has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see as you stand by me. So darling, stand
Huh?
by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
So does that make sense? How we can change songs by slowing it down?
Sometimes,
that interpretation.
as much as you love John Lennon, I would
He's
love.
fine.
Yeah, but you don't have to do every stand by me like you hear him do it. Do it how it's coming from you. Sometimes we elongate one note.
It's from my heart.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Good job. Yay, Mark!
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when.
This is your wheelhouse, so I'm gonna let you.
Oh.
This is exactly where you live. So
Okay, so number one, I think you need to take bigger. This is what part of yours. Better breaths in places because you're running out of air. You're singing the words, but I'm not hearing your total heart. I'm hearing you wanting to do it, but I'm not getting enough of the emotion to come from your heart. What are you thinking of?
Well, I'm a hypnotherapist and I do a lot of past life regression.
Oh, you do, huh?
Right.
Ah,
So it's not really a particular person that I'm thinking. of.
okay, but that's what it's all about. Singing is acting. It's a 3-act play, a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you're going to tell a story and you want to make people's hair stand up on their arms, you got to sing about something. You can't just say words.
All right. So take your time and make every sentence very present.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when.
Let me do it one more time. Actually, because you're breathing better now, I think we're going to go back to the other key. But I think you can still use more air. I feel that you're holding on to your air desperately. Expel your air. 'Cause
Yeah, and use and expand the word. Some things that happen for the first time. You don't have to cut words short. What's happening is you're not having air.
you're among friends here.
And love.
Lots of love. Roz has all the words for you, so if you get nervous, just look at her. She'll give you the words.
If I don't, David does.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. Seems that we have met before and laughed before and loved before, but who knows where or when. Turn down that light, turn down the bed, turn down the voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close. Don't be tonight, 'cause I can't wait you love me. If you you know I love you, baby.
I thought it was beautiful. I heard changes. I felt the heart. You held back. You watched where you laid your lyrics because you were in your story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was filled with emotion. It was just lovely.
My thing was, I would love it to start a little more vulnerable. So it's turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down the voices. We can see that your world has crumbled. We started with a lot of emotion and we stayed there. And I would love to start
It should be
with,
more general in the beginning. Turn
yes,
down the
yes.
lights,
So it's,
turn down the bed.
exactly. So it's just kind of going through the emotions. Inside my head, morning will come. It'll be all, again,
Yeah.
so that it doesn't, all that emotion, it comes in,
Yeah.
it gradually grows. Can we just try a little bit of that?
Turn down the light, turn down the bed, turn down the voices inside my head. And gonna hold you tight, I can love you if you don't.
It's beautiful.
The beginning was.
The beginning just, it
Yeah.
really, as opposed to you presenting it,
Yeah.
you brought me in.
Yeah.
By slowing that down a little bit
Yeah.
and being a little clear on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever performed in a room with so much love and light. This moment, this minute, and each second in it will bring a glow upon the sky. And as time goes by, it will never die.
For me, the reason I like this is because with that, when that mic was there, you were moving, and because
going
that
away
mic
from it.
doesn't move,
Right, yeah.
by you holding it,
Yeah.
the mic can now move with you.
Yeah,
So, because I know you want to express yourself,
Yeah.
but if that mic's here and you're here,
We're not hearing you.
absolutely.
so, and the other thing, and this is for everybody, when you've got that mic like that, move that mic stand out of the way. So many people take the mic out and forget to move the mic
mic
stand.
stand away, yeah.
Now you're open to everybody. You're not hiding behind a mic
Right,
stand.
right. This will be my shining hour.
3 times.
I'm with you till I'm with you. Till I'm with you again. And I hope that's
Some questions, right?
Yes. How long have you been actress?
How long have I been acting, or just my whole
acting.
career?
Yeah, oh, career, yeah.
I started totally my career. I started in high school, actually performing.
And when you see your sister, tell her that I like the way she sings.
I have a funny story
Hello,
about that.
Dolly. Hello,
Yeah.
Dolly. Because I know all the words of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Hello.
Dolly,
Dolly.
well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong.
You're looking swell, Dolly. I can tell, Dolly.
You're still glowing, you're still glowing, you're still going strong with it.
Oh, she's Come up here, Sandra. I want to see this movie.
One of your old favorite songs with regret. So take my hand, tell us what the empty left us. Darling, you'll never go away. Darling, you'll never go away. Darling, you'll never go away again.
Started it, what made you want to have the beautiful voice you have?
Well, it's not that I wanted it, I was born with it.
That's right.
It's a God-given gift, T-Bone, that according to my past life regression, I'm supposed to use to help benefit the world and bring positiveness, love, and happiness to the world.
Mark Pulver? Yes. Yeah, do you have any other family members that are in the biz with you?
My nephew,
Oh, fantastic.
my nephew Jason Gould.
Oh, if I was a rich man, yada da 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 dee 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 diddle diddle.
Well, he wasn't in Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, he
I almost was, I was almost in the film. I was
Fiddler on the
almost in
Roof.
the, I auditioned for Norman Jewison 7
What?
times.
Fiddler on the Roof?
I read all the parts of the daughters.
Oh, fantastic.
All the
That would have
parts.
been amazing.
I read for Chava, which I identified with because my father, may he rest in peace, was also like Tevye. If I married out a side of myself, I'd be dead.
Oh.
I grew up being a little more liberal.
We
Welcoming more
we
changes.
gotta have pesos
But-
together.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You have a good one? You make good charoset?
My mother does.
Oh, yeah?
I'm
Where does
here.
your mother live?
In Florida.
I'm not going to Florida.
Talking about Pesach, my mom makes soft matzo balls, and my aunt used to make them hard.
My mother made them hard too.
Really?
I used to love them. One year we had matzo balls at the Bergman's house on Passover. And the woman that was there making the matzo balls, her house person, didn't know what she was doing, and she made all these hard, big, oversized matzo balls.
Wow.
And we couldn't eat them, so we kind of threw them down the toilet so she wouldn't see, and the whole toilet got
Everybody, ROSLYN Conley. Dion Gordon, come up here, Dion. The gifts.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited.
Gifts. I actually have a little something here for you, Todd. Oh. A little healing medallion.
I will take this and use this every day. Thank you.
And Rosie, I got a little something for you too. Thank you. Something from the heart.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yes, baby.
Thank you, all the singers. You are wonderful. Hell yeah. Hell yeah! All right. Okay, group photo.
Me to me.
Days that never end, and trees a cartoon green, childhood stories I learned then, I loved and kept believing. I made them part of me. When I was a girl, I had a favorite story of the meadowlark who lived where the rivers wind. Her voice could match the angels in its glory, but she was blind. The lark was blind. The king of the rivers took her to his palace, where the walls were burnished bronze and golden braid, and he fed her fruits and nuts from an ivory chalice, and he prayed, sing for me, my meadowlark, sing for me of the silver morning, set me free, my meadowlark, and I'll buy you a priceless jewel, cloth of brocade and cruel, and I'll love you for life if you will sing for me. One day, as the lark sang by the water, the god of the sun heard her in his flight. Her singing moved him so, he came and brought her the gift of sight. He gave her sight. She opened her eyes to the shimmer and the splendor of this beautiful young god, so proud and strong. And he spoke to her in a voice both rough and tender. Come along, fly with me, my meadowlark, fly with me in the silver morning, past the sea where the dolphins bark. We will dance on the coral beaches, make a feast of the plums and peaches, just as far as your vision The old king loved her so. She couldn't bear to wound his pride. So the sun god flew away. And when the king came down that day, he'd found his meadowlark had died. Every time I heard that part, I cried. And now I stand here starry-eyed in the storm. And just when I thought my heart was finally numb, a beautiful young man appears before me, singing, "Come, oh won't you come? And what can I do to finally, for the first time, the one I'm burning for returns the glow? If love has come at last, it's picked the worst time. Still I know I have got to go fly away. Little love, fly away in the silver morning. If I stay, I'd grow to curse the dark. So it's off where the days won't find me. I know I leave wounds behind me, but I won't let tomorrow find me back this way. If all my past once again can blind me. Fly
Yes, you should. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. There we go. Okay, everybody. Anybody want it?
Ready?
Okay, on the count of three. Anybody who wants to get in, get on in. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Yes, there we go. 1, 2, 3.
Cheeseburger.
I love it. Cheeseburger. Love and light. Love and light.